Today, I will let you in on some of the secrets to marketing your PI business and to get your phone ringing. Let me start with the fact that no two marketing plans for any two PI firms or any business ventures for that matter are identical. What works for me may not work for you, and what works for you may not work for me. That said, I will cover many areas of marketing possibilities, and we will go through this pretty quick, so take notes and rewind or rewatch this video as needed. You will need to explore each of these marketing ideas and decide what works best for you and your business situation. You will undoubtedly need to do some experimenting as well to see what has the best results for you and what will give you the best ROI for your marketing endeavors. You have probably asked yourself many times, what exactly is marketing? Marketing is the way in which you promote your business and services to potential customers. You should have a marketing plan in place as well, so you can reference the plan down the road to see what your goals and your reasoning behind certain advertising and promotions were. I would suggest you start your plan now with pen and paper and start writing down ideas which you can later fine-tune and filter through to come up with the list of actual tools you will use to market your PI business. The first thing you need to know is who is your target market. To know who is your target market, you need to first know what investigative services you will be offering. This video is sponsored by OREP Insurance and Working PI Magazine. OREP is a leading provider of private investigator liability insurance. Visit orep.org for a quote today. Knowing your target market audience is important, as this will help decide how you will find your customers. Let's first cover some of the most basic pieces of your marketing for your business. You need a website first. It needs to be a professional looking website, but you don't have to pay a fortune for it. I highly suggest you do not use services such as Wix or Vistaprint for hosting your website. I suggest you use services like GoDaddy or HostGator, or even a local hosting company that you trust for your hosting services, which gives you great flexibility on how your site is produced. Make sure your website is a .com site, not a .net site, not a .info, not a .whatever else. Get a .com. From my experience, these rank higher and faster in search engines. Make sure your website name has a keyword or keywords in the PI field in it. For instance, one of my sites is evcoinvestigations.com. It has the word investigations in it. Another website that I own is greeleyprocessserver.com. This one contains all of the primary keywords that I focus on for that business line, Greeley Process Server. This is important as it helps in keyword relevance, which is one of the utmost important things that you need in SEO or search engine optimization. Some of the best names for your websites, but hardest to obtain, would be something like Your State, PrivateInvestigator.com, or for me, Colorado PrivateInvestigator.com. You're going to have to do some checking and see what's available out there that will fit your company the best. Keyword relevance is also necessary in the written content of your website. You need to make sure you have those keywords spread throughout your website, but it must make sense to the reader, and you don't want so many keywords that the search engines think you are spamming the keyword. You may want to seek a local web development professional that specializes in SEO to help with the initial setup of your website to ensure it looks professional and will help you with ranking it in search engines. You might also find a good developer on services such as Fiverr on the internet. Just make sure you vet your web professional, get referrals, read the referrals, ask for example work. You need to keep this in mind. It takes 6 to 12 months on average for a website to start to rank on pages 1, 2, or 3 for organic searches on the search engines in best case scenarios. Organic results are those that are under the paid ads. Another booster for SEO is new relevant content being added to your site. So you might consider starting a blog or a news page on your site and write weekly articles about private investigations to help boost your SEO. Business cards are another must-have for your marketing needs. For business cards, you can use a local professional printer or an online printing service such as Vistaprint. I always recommend that your business card includes your company name, your position in the company, your phone number, your email, your website, and your PI license. I also recommend using the back of the card as well, maybe for services that you provide or for other information. I have noticed when I usually hand somebody one of my business cards, they almost always look at it, flip it over, and check out the back. To add something on the back, the cost is minimal. A dedicated phone number for your business is crucial, and you need it prior to ordering business cards or setting up your website. This should be a dedicated phone number, not your personal number, and preferably a second phone other than your personal phone. Simply put, if you have evidence on your phone for one of your cases, it could be subpoenaed for evaluation by the court or the other side. You should always have separation between your personal life and your professional life. Now take that list of services that you created, the ones that you will provide for your customers, make a list of potential customers for your company. This list should be a broad-based list, such as attorneys, insurance companies, general public, other PIs, businesses, etc., not necessarily the actual business names themselves. Based on this list, you will determine what strategies you will employ for your marketing. Do you want to work primarily with other private investigators, perhaps as a subcontractor, or you may work in a specialty field that they can refer customers to you for that type of work? If working for other PIs or getting referral work for your specialty area is what you want to do, then your best bet for marketing after you have your website and your business cards would be networking. Many people dread this, I know, but it is the best way to get your name out there to other PIs. Search for private investigator associations in your state and see when and where they have meetings and what it takes to become a member. Most associations have annual fees in the $100 to $150 range, and this, my friend, is well-utilized expenditures. You can check out my video up here on joining PI associations. One thing you must keep in mind for marketing: it is always a test of time. Just because you reach a potential customer, it does not mean they will hire you right then and there. Half of marketing is putting and keeping your name in front of potential customers to make sure that they know you when they need you. Many years ago, I was contacted by a larger law firm that conducts criminal defense. At that time, I didn't do a lot of criminal defense investigations, but I jumped on the opportunity when they called. Come to find out later, the owner of that company had found me on the internet about a year prior and had called me even prior to get an idea of what my prices and my experience was. He had even talked with other PIs that knew me. While I was doing some direct marketing to law firms at that time, I had never sent that particular law firm anything. They found me when they needed me. Your big takeaway there is that when a customer needs your services, they will seek you out. They will not give you work just because you need work. As a rule of thumb, most law firms, insurance companies, and PI firms have investigators working for them already. Something must happen, like poor service, somebody moves, or someone retires, to make them start looking for another investigator. Direct marketing to law firms is a good way to keep your name out in front of them. However, this can be tedious, it can be time-consuming, and obviously it has a cost to it, but the rewards can be fruitful over time. Your key takeaway for marketing directly to law firms is that your primary reach should be the person at the front desk, not the attorney. In most situations, the legal assistant or the paralegal at the front desk is the one that hires PIs, process servers, and other legal experts as well. That is the person that sends out the job assignments, sends out payment checks, and everything else. You will find that the attorney who needs a PI usually will have the paralegals handle the details for them. So a good marketing outreach program to a law firm would include reaching the primary attorney at the firm, but also reaching that person at the front desk. You might try sending a postcard, then sending a brochure addressed to the key attorney or just the law firm over a 4 to 8 week period. Then drop by with some material and maybe a box of candies or cookies. Nothing mushy, just something simple, and say, "Hi, my name's so-and-so, and I'm with such and such private investigations. We sent a brochure and an information card to you, and I just wanted to make sure that you got it. And I went ahead and I brought you a little something that you can share with everybody here at the office." Now make sure you have some business cards attached to the cookies or the candy package and one stapled to the brochure. These most likely will be left with the treats for everyone in the office to see. Now, don't overdo this. I wouldn't do this repeatedly with the same firms, just once, maybe once, a second time in a year or two down the road. Now, do you want to know how to reach insurance companies? Really quick, go down below, click that thumbs up, and hit that subscribe button to help this channel. Insurance companies are some of the toughest and the most coveted customers a PI could obtain. Once you get on the vendor list, you will usually see a good, steady stream of work from them all year long. There are 4 distinct categories of insurance work. National insurance companies, which you will probably never get on their vendor list. They tend to work a lot with large national investigation firms and large law firms who can handle their large load of claims, or they have their own field investigators. Self-insured companies or government agencies, these are organizations who are large enough that they are able to cover their own insurance claims. Typically, a self-insured organization will have a claims manager, a claims adjuster, a risk manager, or somebody with a similar title. TPAs or third-party administrators or adjusters who work for self-insured organizations. There are hundreds of TPA companies and organizations out there. Last but not least is insurance defense attorneys, who are usually hired by an organization that believes there is ample reason of evidence that a higher level of fraud is happening. No matter which level of insurance defense you want to target, it is usually good to consider flat rate pricing for jobs. Generally speaking, you will be looking mostly at surveillance work for insurance companies. However, some other field work is also able to be obtained from them. Flat rate pricing should be for an 8-hour day of surveillance. I usually see $650 to $800 range as being appropriate. This covers it all, though. This is the drive time, the mileage, the report, the video time, the prep time, doing the backgrounds, pulling videos, social media investigations. All the work that is required is included in that flat rate. Now, keep in mind, most insurance providers are not searching the internet for PIs. They usually have dozens of PIs reaching out to them on a regular basis. So your website is probably not going to attract them to you. But they will review your website during their due diligence process after you have applied to be on their vendor list. This is especially important. Make sure your website tells the story of why they should hire you for that type of work. Now, the easiest way to market for insurance work is to start with self-insured organizations. Go to Google and search for self-insured companies in your state. In the results, you should be able to find a state webpage or even a PDF document with all of the companies listed with the state that are self-insured. In this list, you will also see information such as who is the risk manager and their contact information. Now you need to do some homework. You need to investigate these companies and see what ones you think will be a good fit for you and your company. Next, put together a customized email or letter to each one of them that briefly, I said briefly, introduces your company, and ask them if they can provide information on the requirements to apply to be on their vendor list. Let us now discuss paid internet advertising. There is a lot of ways to advertise on the internet as a PI. I do not recommend those paid PI directory sites if you are trying to get customers to call you. From my experience, the ROI is non-existent. Paid PI directories may, however, be a good idea if the cost is low to have a high-quality link back to your site from a keyword-relevant site. Here is what I know from my experience with Google AdWords. I use very specific verbiage for searches and do only exact matches, like Greeley Process Server, with exact matching phrases. Someone has to put that exact phrase in to see my ad. The reasoning behind this is simple. If I put in Greeley Process Server without exact matching, then people that search for anything that has Greeley Process or Server in it, they're going to see my ad. And if they click on that, then I'm going to get charged for a click, and they may never even have been a possible customer for me. I know some folks will put in the exact phrase Private Investigator, and they get tons of clicks, but those clicks might be from someone looking for a private investigator training video like this one, or a private investigator in another state or another country. I know PIs that pay $5,000 to $10,000 a month. Yes, $5,000 to $10,000 a month on Google Ads using the shotgun or the brute force approach. I personally like the sniper approach with the exact phrase match myself. There are other places that you could try to advertise, say on social media platforms, other search engines, Craigslist, newspapers, trade magazines, billboards even. I myself have found no luck in advertising my private investigation business in those venues, but I know some PIs who have had success there. Here is the biggest marketing tip that I can give you, folks. This one is a must-do no matter what you do to get your phone to ring. When it rings, answer the phone. Yes, that's it, folks. Answer the phone when it rings.